Skywatch Media News for January the 8th, 2020. Since the onset of the 21st century, scientists have been questioned as to whether volcanic activity is on the rise around the world, in lieu of the number of reports in recent years. And their response has always been fairly predictable. According to their yearly ground and satellite data for the years 1978 through the year 2016, there hasn't been an actual increase in the number of eruptions, only in the number of eruptions that are being reported. Basically, what they are saying is that there is just an increase in the knowledge of what is occurring. But are they underestimating the numbers of eruptions that have occurred on a global scale over the decades? It looks as though the average number of volcanic eruptions at the beginning of each decade year has shown a gradual but significant increase. The volcanic diagram from the Global Volcanism Program shows every volcanic eruption, both small and large, that has taken place in the last 135 years. It indicates that there were 404 volcanic eruptions dating back to the year 1883, which was the year of Krakatau's historic eruption. Each of these eruptions varies in size and its effects, some being localized and others being predominantly cataclysmic. What is so telling about this diagram is the fact that nearly 200 of the 404 recorded eruptions, or roughly half of them, have taken place since the year 2000, a compelling indicator that volcanic activity has risen substantially in the past 2 decades. Volcanic unrest has been on the rise in recent years among some of the world's most notorious supervolcanoes, such as the ones located in Chile and in Italy. Since the year 2005, Campo Flegrei, located under the city of Naples, has been undergoing an uplift, and it is showing signs of a reawakening. According to scientists, Italy's supervolcano may be on the verge of an eruption for the first time in 500 years, as the pace of ground deformation and seismic activity are increasing. The recent activity in Italy is very similar to the deformation and the seismic activity of the active volcanoes located in Papua New Guinea, as well as the Galapagos Islands. Each of these displayed an increase in ground deformation just before an eruption, similar to the pattern observed at Campo Flegrei. Meanwhile, the Toba supervolcano in Indonesia is showing signs of a potential eruption. The ground located beneath the homes of villagers in the northern Sumatra district is heating up, and it is steaming with sulfur gas. The same can be said of this Sumatran volcano, which is reawakening after 170 years, and this one, where the alert level has been raised. Indonesia's Sinabung volcano is also very active at the present time. Prior to the year 2010, this volcano had been dormant for almost 400 years. The volcano is located just 25 miles from the Lake Toba supervolcano. Since August 29th of the year 2010, there have been 6 eruptions and 1 pyroclastic flow at this volcano. As of June 2015, at least 10,000 people have been evacuated from the surrounding villages. Signs of volcanic unrest are also being observed from other supervolcanoes located in Iceland, Greece, Bolivia, and from the biggest one, Yellowstone. All of these volcanoes are exhibiting inflation, where pressure is building within their calderas. In the Congo, one of Africa's most active stratovolcanoes is acting up once again. Back in the year 2002, a deadly eruption forced some 400,000 people to flee the city of Goma, which was buried under an immense lava flow. As of January of 2017, thermal activity has increased around this active volcano located in the Congo's Virunga National Park. Has there been a time where the mainstream media has acknowledged the premise that the number of eruptions around the world appear to be increasing? They seem to be almost silent on this important story, and yet volcanologists are perfectly aware of an increase based on accumulative data. If you look at the average number of volcanic eruptions happening so far in this century, they are showing a pattern. They are gradually higher than the average numbers for the entire 20th century. If this trend continues, it will become a troubling sign of what to expect in the coming decade and throughout the rest of this century. There are an estimated 1,500 active volcanoes on the planet. At least 50 of them erupt every year, spewing toxic gases, ash, and lava. The year 2019 was a very active time. It was the year of volcanic eruptions. Around the world, dormant volcanoes are suddenly erupting, and volcanoes once thought to be extinct are coming to life. We must consider whether this is our new reality. Over the years, there have been theoretical statements that sometimes seem misleading, and scientific studies that appear to be lacking the basics of natural physics, a type of non-science that defies the laws of logic and reasoning. If we carefully scrutinize scientific details and statistics, we may develop a better self-awareness of the geophysics involved in shaping our planet, what the native elders have known for many years by means of keen observations. In retrospect, the best approach to every story is to be able to think for ourselves and rely on our natural instincts. The truth of what's happening on Earth can be as simple or as complicated as we care to make it. Thanks for watching.